And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to WVRC 104.7 FM's live coverage of Roane County High School boys baseball action. We welcome you this afternoon from Leo Hines Memorial Field on the campus of Roane County High School as we prepare for sectional tournament opening round action. Roane County, the number 4 seed, hosting the number 5 seeded Clay County Panthers here for this sectional tournament opener. A beautiful day in Roane County. Skies are clear, 70 degrees with a breeze. It could not be more perfect weather for some baseball action on this Monday evening. The winner here tonight will advance to tomorrow to face off against the number 1 seeded Huskies of Herbert Hoover High School. And the loser of this game will still be in sectional play. They will be traveling to Lewis County on Wednesday for sectional tournament action. Glad you could join us on WVRC 104.7 FM, WVRCFM.com, streaming audio, and, of course, on our Facebook Live feed. My name is Andrew Miller alongside my partner Matt White. Katie Nutter on the camera for us. Joe McDonald from A&M Digital Technologies back with us again, providing the graphics, the instant replays, and the scoring. And George Allen is our studio technician back at WVRC Control. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for both of these teams. First off, for the visitors, the Clay County Panthers coming in with a record of 8-10 overall on this season. Leading off and playing center field will be Andrew Atkins. Batting second, playing third, Aiden Brown. Batting third, playing first, Dylan Moore. Cleanup hitter and catcher is Micah Osborne. Batting fifth, and at shortstop, Noah Collins. Batting sixth will be the first baseman, Levi Burdett. Batting seventh, the right fielder, Bobby Rogers. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Jamison Bodkins. And batting ninth will be the left fielder, Ben Morton. For Roane County, leading off and behind home plate here today, Lane Epling. Batting second and playing left field today will be Andrew Scafella. Josh Walton gets the start here today. The senior right-hander will bat third. Cleanup hitter and first baseman is Cole Ellis. Batting fifth, playing short will be Preston Green. Batting sixth over at third is Cam Ash. Batting seventh and playing second base will be Cam Cumston. Batting eighth out in right field is Ian Lance. And batting ninth, the center fielder is Ethan Collins. Matt White, an opportunity for us to finally see Roane County for the first time in quite a while. And again, they've only played 15 games this year. That's not a lot of baseball games on a season, and they just had so many cancellations. They've finally gotten a little bit of a rhythm here the last couple of weeks, and they've been able to actually reel off some victories as well. In fact, 5 of their last 7 in the win column for Roane County, and they are now 8-7 on the season.
Yeah, it's been an interesting up and down kind of year, Drew. One thing we're going to see here this evening, Josh Walton getting the start on the pitching circle. We have not seen, or on the pitching mound, we have not really seen him throughout this year. This will be a first for us to be able to get to see him up on the mound. So interesting day. Beautiful evening here. Absolutely gorgeous, perfect temperature. There's a little slight breeze. Just absolutely, it's going to be a perfect evening for some baseball. A little bit rushed here getting started. They're trying to get started a little early as well. That's always a bane of our existence as a broadcast team. You know, I know everybody is excited, wants to get out there and wants to get started, but puts us in a little bit of a bind.
A lot of equipment to get set up during the day. Very excited to see the senior Josh Walton, and his opponent will be Levi Burdett on the mound. And Burdett also a senior here today. Roane County in the white uniforms with the very light colored digi camo jerseys. They've got Roane across the chest and Raiders across the back of the shoulder blades in maroon. Numbers and letters trimmed out in maroon. Gray and black billed hats with the Raider R right on the front of them. And for Clay County, bright gold jerseys and the navy blue pants, navy blue letters and numbers, Clay in script across the front, trimmed out in white. For Clay County, they got the navy blue hats with the yellow bill and the big C for Clay County on the front. So we are ready to go here in just a minute. We're going to send it away for our sponsors. When we return, after the national anthem, we'll have the opening pitch here in Region 2, Section 2, postseason action for Roane County and Clay County.
Batting second, number 3, Andrew Scafella. Third, number 15, Josh.
Hey, we're good now.
All good.
Got papers, we got equipment, we're good.
Let's get started early here. Let's go. Come on, we're ready.
Ellis. Batting fifth, number 9, Preston Green.
Can I have this?
Oh, I taped it down.
I'll put that.
Batting sixth, Number 10, Cam Ash.
Where I can see these guys at least until the next inning.
Number 20, Cam Cumston. Batting eighth, number 24, Ian Lance. Batting ninth, number 2, Ethan Collins. I'd like to ask everybody, please stand and remove your hat for the national anthem.
And we welcome you back to Leo Hines Memorial Field as we get set for opening round sectional tournament action. A pair of LKC teams here in round one of the sectional. Roane County, the number 4 seed, hosting the number 5 seed Clay County. The winner of this game advancing in sectional play in the championship bracket tomorrow. They'll face off against the number 1 seeded Huskies of Herbert Hoover High School on the road. The loser here will await traveling to Lewis County on Wednesday if they lose.
It's Lewis or Braxton County.
That's right, Lewis
will be
or
the
Braxton
opponent on Wednesday.
County. Yes, that's right. Thanks a lot to Toby Ford for keeping us updated so nicely.
So politely.
So politely.
He's a gentleman.
Shaking his head at me. And so we're ready to go to the top of the first. We're already having fun up here in the booth. We got a really nice crew up here every time we're home.
A 7-minute early start, that's way ahead of schedule.
That is way ahead of schedule. Hey, all I know is this, Matt White. If you're a sponsor of these broadcasts, you want to start on time, not early. Actually, I don't care. Don't let Toby know that, though. So we'll see Josh Walton here for the first time in the season, for us at least. I know he's been on the mound, Matt, but it'll be our first opportunity to see the senior right-hander, and he'll see the top of the order here in the first. Andrew Atkins, Aiden Brown, Dylan Moore, 1, 2, 3 in the top of the first.
I kind of feel like the early start would be beneficial for the sponsors because then they're going to get more ads run, assuming that we're here on time.
That's what they think. Here we go. Andrew Atkins, the center fielder, digging in first. We're ready to go with sectional tournament play. Walton into the windup, throws a little chin music to begin. Atkins ducks away from that first pitch, 1-0 the count, and we're underway. A full 30 minutes early in the game.
Probably just a good thing that it wasn't scheduled a 5:30 start. We might have been here.
We'd have been late. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Once again, Walton missing inside as Atkins feigned the bunt attempt. It is a gorgeous day here at Leo Hines Field. We've had a couple of nice days back-to-back. I enjoy it finally. Here comes the 2-0. And a nice pitch on the outside corner for Walton.
And nice job painting the outside corner. Beautiful pitch on that one.
2-1 the count to the leadoff batter here in the top of the first. 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss on the inside heater. That ball had some movement in on the hands of Atkins. 2-2 the count.
I take it back. We did get to see Josh pitch a little one inning in that Parkersburg Catholic game. They did bring him in, I believe.
2-2 offering. This one Atkins makes contact with, fouls it down over the field where the Spencer Middle School will be at some point.
It's the current track practice facility. There's construction's going on the football field for the new turf.
Walton working quickly. Here comes another 2-2 pitch. That one gets away from the pitcher high and tight over the head of Atkins. Full count to the leadoff batter in the top of the first. On deck is the third baseman, Aiden Brown. Chatter from the third base dugout. Here's the pitch. That one missing upstairs. And a leadoff full count walk issued to the center fielder, Andrew Atkins. That'll bring up the third baseman, Aiden Brown.
Now batting number 15, Aiden Brown.
These are two very comparable teams on paper. I mean, when you look, Roane County with a better record overall, but they've split a lot of very similar games.
First pitch rocketed on the outside corner, a called strike to Brown.
And both teams have split with Doddridge. Both teams have split with South Harrison.
They've got the runner off of the bag. They're going to throw down to second, and the throw goes wide. They had Andrew Atkins dead to right's Matt White, and they lost him at second.
Well, the middle infielders were playing so deep, just in normal, kind of double play territory. When Walton stepped off of that, threw it over to Ellis, he was trying to chase him down, and it took the middle infielders an extra amount of time to get to the bag.
So a good pickoff move by Walton. Called strike down the middle by Walton. 0-2 the count to Brown. Again, sectional tournament play, double elimination. So both of these teams will be moving on depending on where and when. 0-2 pitch, missing upstairs. 1-2 the count. These two teams were scheduled to play in the regular season, but once again, that wild, wonderful West Virginia weather got them. Normally they would have played twice in the regular season. They're on the same side in the LKC conference. But they just did not have an opportunity to. High and tight again. 2-2 the count to Brown.
I believe they got a couple of innings last Tuesday and then got rained out before final inning.
And some high fastball action. Brown swings and misses. And the first out issued by way of K for Walton. That'll bring up the first baseman, Dylan Moore.
Now batting number 9, Dylan Moore.
Runner on second is Atkins. He reached on the full count walk and then took second on the pick move from Walton. Here's one ripped right at the shortstop. Green grabs a hold of it, fires across and into the glove of Ellis for out number 2.
A good job. That one took a little bit of a bad hop at the end. Nice job there by Green to, knock it down, make a good play on it, get up, make a nice strong throw.
Number 24.
The good thing was it was hit hard enough that he was able to take a little time to make sure he squared the hips there. Sacrifice advancing Atkins over to third with 2 outs, and here comes the greatest mullet in Clay County, Micah Osborne. Check swing on the first opportunity, goes around. Osborne, we mentioned back in basketball season with that Tennessee waterfall. 0-1 the count to the cleanup hitting catcher. Next pitch catches a piece of it into the glove of Lane Epling. 0-2 quickly. I think he perms that thing.
Oh, it's very voluptuous.
0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Walton on 3 straight fastballs gets the cleanup hitter 1, 2, and 3, and no damage in the top of the first. No score. We've played a half inning. Roane County to the plate after this. Moving into the bottom of inning number 1, no score here from Leo Hines Memorial Field. Opening round sectional tournament play between a couple of LKC opponents, Roane County and Clay County. And Roane County's Josh Walton in the top of the first inning on the bump for Roane County. Struck out a pair of batters, including the cleanup batter, Micah Osborne, on 3 straight pitches with the runner on third. No runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. For the Panthers, Roane County, 1, 2, 3 in the bottom of the first will be Lane Epling, Andrew Scafella, Josh Walton. And they will face off against the pitcher, Levi Burdett, the senior.
Just from the warm-ups here from Burdett, just looks like a bit of a straight overhand type of a pitcher. Not a whole lot of frills and thrills about it. He's just coming over the top, coming right at you.
So Roane County will get to see the senior for the first time here this afternoon. Roane County, when they do get to play baseball, they have been able to score some runs. They've scored this year 10, 12, 26, 10, 25, 11, 26, and 9 in some of those victories this year. So they've been able to get the bats working early. That will help their cause.
As usual, if you're Roane County, you don't want to fall behind early and try to have to claw your way back into it. You know, this is a good hitting, good athletic team that we've got here for the Raiders, but you know, you always want to try to get out in the head and just keep the momentum going in your favor early.
So Epling will step to the batter's box first. Over at third, Aiden Brown playing in on the grass. The first pitch from Atkins popped up. Foul territory. Osborne pulls the mask off and looks at that one over our heads for strike 1.
He's just wanting everybody to get a good look at that hair.
0-1 offering. That one down the middle for strike 2.
That was a low one right at the knees. Good frame job there by Osborne.
And for those who have not seen that mullet, you're missing out, folks.
Tune
Try to
into-
get Katie Nutter to get a close-up of it here sometime today. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fighting it off on the inside corner is Epling. He'll stay alive to see a second.
The cage is getting in the way. She's trying to get a zoom job in there for us.
Maybe she'll get it in between innings. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Curveball. This one's poked towards second base. Bodkins picks it up, drops it, picks it up again, and not in time. Even with the stretch at first by Dylan Moore, Epling is aboard on the leadoff error by the second baseman.
Yeah, that's a lot of speed there, forcing the second baseman to know he had to rush it a little bit. You know, after he bobbled it, no chance to make that play. Too much speed from Lane.
So into the right batter's box steps Scaff, we call him, Andrew Scafella. He's played a lot of positions this year. He's over in left due to the fact that the normal left fielder is on the mound, and he'll swing at the first pitch and poke it into shallow right center field. And Roane County has the first pair aboard here in the bottom of the first.
It was just an excellent hit. Just drove it right up the middle. Good play out there in center to cut that one off and keep Epling at bay at second, because Lane had a good jump on that one, was trying to make the turn, but Adkins was able to get to it and get it back in quickly.
First and second, nobody out, bottom of the first for the pitcher, Josh Walton. First offering from Burdett, missing inside, 1-0 the count.
It's a nice looking pitch. It looks more like a kind of a sinker, maybe like a fork ball kind of deal. Really had a lot of movement just straight down.
Next one rides a little tight on the shoulders. Of course, Walton does like to crowd the plate. You'll look at him right with toes on the white chalk.
It's just going to challenge the pitcher to be more accurate when you're trying to throw those inside corner pitches.
Inside again, and that one scoots Walton off the plate a bit, but Walton now ahead in the count, 3-0. And Burdett dangerously close here to walking the bases loaded in the bottom of the first. And you've got Ellis on deck. 3-0 pitch finds the mark. Take sign for Walton.
He wasn't looking to swing at that one. Going to make the pitcher throw the strike. Now maybe with a 3-1 count, you look for something to drive.
3-1 offering, and there it isn't. Upstairs, and a 5-pitch walk issued. Roane County immediately here in the bottom of the first. Bases loaded, no one out. And Cole Ellis coming to the plate, the leading RBI producer for the last 2 years for this Roane County team. Raiders with a big threat brewing here in the bottom of the first. No score yet. Sectional tournament opening round game at Leo Hines Memorial Field.
And they're shading really far over to the left side.
And Burdett staying away from that inside power. He'll go opposite to the outside. One thing that you would note about Cole, though, is he likes those, too. He doesn't really have a pitch he doesn't like to swing at.
Yeah, he's able to. Over the length of his career, he's been known to be able to start off more as a drive it to right field kind of a hitter, right center. He's really developed his game over the years, and he can take a pitch to just about anywhere in the field if he wants to.
Laid off that curveball, 1-1 count. Down the middle, boy, Ellis, if he catches a hold of it. Unfortunately there, that one missed. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
He was going to try to put that one landing right in Washington Park.
We'll have to protect the plate here with 2 strikes. Osborne shades outside. Here's the pitch. That one called strike 3, and that one was way out. Yikes.
Phew. Good frame job behind the plate from Osborne again, but they really fooled that ump on that one.
That one crossed the chalk line on the left side batter's box for strike 3. Preston Green to the plate, still bases loaded, 1 out now in the bottom of the first. Burdett's trying to limit or eliminate damage here. He got the big one in, the cleanup hitter Ellis.
Yeah, you get the first 3 batters on you, Roane County, you really want to drive a couple home here.
1-0 pitch to Green. This one's poked foul into the cage. One the count. Epling reached on an error. Scafella rocked a single, and Walton walked on 5 pitches. Those 3 on the base paths. The 1-1 to Green. That one popped up foul as well.
That one rode in on the hands a little bit of Green. Good job just to force it. Get a little bit of bat on that one and knock it foul.
Cam Ash in the on-deck circle. Burdett working from the stretch. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Burdett gets 2 straight strikeouts after the bases loaded. And this would be a golden opportunity missed if Roane County can't place at least 1 across. Cam Ash wanting to try to add to his RBI totals this year. We've seen him, Matt, with some very good at-bats in the latter part of the season. First pitch turned on. This one ripped into left center field. That's going back all the way to the bottom of the fence line. This one may clear the bases. It will. And Cam Ash swinging at the first opportunity he has. A gap shot, 3 RBI bases clearing double.
You thought that one might have a chance to get out. The wind carried it a little bit out into left center. What a rip of that ball. Just demolished it into left center field.
So Ash with the big shot, producing 3 runs for Roane County.
And that guy's just a sophomore, too.
Love hearing that. Speaking of youngsters, here comes the freshman, Cam Cumston, to the plate. Second baseman. First pitch, this one opposite field. That one ripped into the gap. They're going to send Ash around. Uh-oh, he got a late jump, but the throw is offline, and he will score anyway. They will have Cumston out at second. But a big inning for the Raider offense. After it looked good, then looked bad, it got great. 4 runs across, and Roane County leads after 1 inning of play 4-0. We welcome you back to Leo Hines Memorial Field on the campus of Roane County High School. Sectional tournament opening round action. A great bottom of the first for Roane County offensively. They got the first 3 batters aboard. Then Burdett fought back with a strikeout of the cleanup hitter Ellis, followed by the strikeout of Green. And then Cam Ash, the third baseman, steps up to the plate, swings at the first offering, rips a gap shot double. That clears the bases. Add to that a ripped opposite field single and an RBI for the freshman Cam Cumston that scored Ash from second. On the play, though, Cumston trying to head out the second with the throw home was picked off. Still, though, a single and an RBI for Cumston. And Roane County with a 4-0 lead, 3 base hits, 1 error, and no one left on in the bottom of that first. To the top of the second we go. Noah Collins, Levi Burdett, Bobby Rogers, 1, 2, 3 in the order. First pitch from Walton. Swung on and missed by Collins.
Yeah, that last inning, like you said, you thought it was going to be great, and then all of a sudden the wheels kind of started to fall off with those back-to-back strikeouts. But, man, Cam Ash really just crushed that ball.
Over the middle again, swing and a miss by the shortstop Collins. And Walton out in front, 0-2 quickly. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. This one turned opposite field into the gap. That's going to get through. And Lance will pick it up over there in right field. Collins running around the base paths. He's going to try for third. Here's the throw. Not in time. And the leadoff triple for Noah Collins. Lively bats here in the first couple of innings.
And Noah Collins, that's a name that we've known for a long time, all the way back to you guys playing against him in Midget League. Just a great all-around athlete, football, basketball, baseball. That time showed the great hand-eye coordination, just to turn and drive that one into right.
Leadoff triple puts the runner in scoring position for the pitcher, Burdett. Walton fires inside fastball, and Burdett swings and misses. 4-0, Roane County top second. 0-1 pitch. Here is a late bunt, and that is put in a tough place. Walton's got to hustle, and they got him just in time. A great play by Josh Walton, sliding and shoveling the baseball to Ellis.
Yeah, he slid, got a hold of that one all at one time, one motion. That was nearly a perfectly laid bunt. Great play there. Great jump off the mound by Walton.
Did do the job, though, for Burdett. The sacrifice RBI scoring Collins from third. Now 4-1 Roane County. The base is empty for the left-handed hitting. Bobby Rogers swings at the first one. Rips it into the cage foul. Rogers out in right field today. Little flinch on the next offering. Walton misses outside. 1-1 the count. Walton working quickly from the rubber. 1-1 pitch, catching a piece. Is Rogers will foul it off of Epling's glove. 1-2 the count. One good thing is you've seen since the first batter in the first inning, Atkins, Walton has been ahead in the count to the rest of the batters.
Yeah, the first couple of pitches had a little bit of control. Now he's really starting to manage the plate a whole lot better.
And he will strike out his third batter of the day as Rogers goes down swinging. 2 outs now in the top of the second. Raiders leading 4-1. And Jamison Bodkins is supposed to be up. Did we miss something here? Yeah, they've got Ben Morton up, and it should be Jamison Bodkins. So I guess they're going to skip Bodkins. I don't think you're supposed to be able to do that.
No, unless they made some kind of change beforehand that they didn't tell us about.
Well, this is on their official lineup card, so if they have done that, it was a very last-second decision. 0-2 the count. Walton trying for another strikeout, and he has got it. How about the senior Josh Walton? He gave up 1 run, but he has struck out 4 in the first 2 innings, and Roane County moves to the bottom of the second with a 4-1 lead. Moving into the bottom of inning number 2, Roane County leading Clay County 4-1. The Panthers get one back in the top of the second. It was a leadoff triple by the shortstop Noah Collins, followed by the pitcher Burdett with a nice sacrifice RBI. But after that, back-to-back strikeouts for Josh Walton, limiting the damage to just 1. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, no one left on base. So into the bottom of the second we go. Roane County with the bottom of their batting order, 8, 9, and then 1. Ian Lance, Ethan Collins, Lane Epling to lead it off in the second.
I like how both teams really being aggressive at the plate. Nobody's looking to get up there and really sit down and look, and they're going to go down swinging.
Again, in this section, Herbert Hoover, the 1 seed, Braxton, the 2, Lewis, the 3, Roane, the 4th, Clay, the 5th. The winner of this one moves to tomorrow, facing against Hoover. The loser will drop into the loser's bracket to face off on Wednesday against the loser of Lewis County and Braxton County. Ready to go here in the bottom of the second as Burdett starts Lance off with a curveball. Gets Ian swinging for the first strike. 0-1 count. Next one down the middle, good rip on that one. Just fouled back against the cage. 0-2 quickly to the number 8 hitter. And the freshman Ian Lance spends a lot of time behind the plate when Epling is pitching. He's out in right field today, though.
Interesting switch up with Walton being on the mound.
Oh, a nice piece of hitting on the 0-2 count. That was a curveball, hung a little. Lance waited back, fouls it away, stays alive for another one.
It's good that so many of these young guys have gotten so many good, valuable minutes in some key games. That's really going to bode well for the future for Roane County baseball.
As we mentioned, the arms of the youngsters that we saw a couple times this year. Here comes another 0-2 pitch. This one into the dirt. 1-2. Saw the arms of Martin, Saunders, some of those youngsters. Noah Jett, the freshman. One-two pitch. This one turned Over towards right field, backing up, and making it interesting was Bobby Rogers for a second. That sun mat shining brightly from County Stadium over to the right side of the infield and outfield. And
Yeah,
you saw Rogers get turned twice, and I thought, uh-oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that sun definitely wreaked some havoc on him out there in right, but yeah, good job to stay with it and get the out. That one hung in the air off the bat of Lance.
Really liking the way the Raider batters, though, are going with pitches on that outside corner. We've seen 3 now opposite field shots.
Yeah, and if you can get a rip shot over second base, or you get a deep one like that was, eventually it's gonna pay off big time.
1-0 the count to the center fielder, senior Ethan Collins. Burdett fights back with chest-high fastball. Collins swings and misses. 1-1 the count to the top of the order in Epling on deck. 4-1 Roane County. We're in the bottom of the second. Next pitch from Burdett, a little bit low, 2-1 the count. Roane County got 4 in the bottom of the first off the bat of Cam Ash, followed by the bat of Cam Cumpston. 3 RBI bases clearing double for Ash in that first. Next pitch, chasing the high heat, is Collins, and the count is even at 2.
I just love how well this field looks after the amount of rain we got at the end of last week. It's really dried up nicely.
2-2 pitch, missing low and inside, and we are full. Collins digs in. Burdett into the windup. The payoff pitch fouled off. Will continue with the Collins at bat.
Yeah, good job just to keep battling at the plate and fight that one off and live to see another pitch.
Burdett quickly to the rubber once again. Got the signal from Osborne. The 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Burdett gets Collins on strikes. 2 up, 2 down, bottom of the second. Epling reached on an error by the second baseman, scored the first of the 3 runs off the bat of Cam Ash. First offering from Burdett to Epling, missing low. And we've had some rough weather this year, but it's vastly being made up for yesterday and so far today. 1-0 offering, popped high into the sky, first base side, giving a look is more. That one sails out of the facility. 1-1 to count.
Yeah, Lane Epling just been such a valuable student athlete here for Roane County. He's been all over the place, football, basketball, baseball. Has been a starter forever for all those programs.
Well, that's the thing. If you can excel at one sport or a couple sports, but Epling has been one of the top athletes in all 3 of his chosen sports. 2-1 the count as Burdett misses outside on the breaking pitch. Now he'll move high and tight. And Epling ahead in the count, 3-1.
Let's see if he can get one over the plate and give Lane a chance to really crank on it.
Not a pitch that Epling wanted to swing at. So it was still a hitter's count. That was on the inside corner and down at the knees. Tough pitch to drive anywhere. 3-2.
Yeah, that's just good location on that one.
The windup. Epling lays off, flinched at it, but did not go around. And a 2 out.
Now batting number 3.
Full count walk issued to the number 1 batter in the lineup. Scafella coming to the plate, swung at his first offering, and ripped an opposite field single in inning number 1. Scaff, one of those 8 seniors moving on after this season. Lays off the first pitch, the high heater. 1-0 the count. Roane County looking for some two-out rally magic here in the bottom of the second. They lead 4-1 over Clay.
Yeah, and Scaff, he's been one of those great utility guys. He's been all over the field.
They're going to send Epling on the pitch, and he'll slide in head first safely under the tag of Noah Collins.
That was a good throw from Osborne. It just caught the back side of the back half of the infield grass and took a high hop. Yeah, that thing looked like it was going to be on line. It gave Epling just enough time to get underneath that tag.
Scaff squaring to bunt, backed off on the pitch. It missed upstairs, so we got a 2-0 count with 2 outs and a runner now in scoring position for Scafella, who already has a single, and that will draw a meeting at the mound. Head coach Sean Krajewski going to talk a little bit of strategy here with the 2 outs.
Yeah, you just want your guys to understand what the situation is and, where the ball's hit determines what play you need to make. And obviously the main play here is just to try to get the guy that's up here at the plate.
And the only thing that would change that would be maybe a slow roller over towards third, in which Lane Epling would be possibly running on the play. But really you're focused on the batter here. Scaff has a 2-0 lead here in this count. On deck is the pitcher, Josh Walton. The pitch, this one chopped towards third. Epling's going to stay. Going to be a tough play for the third baseman, Aiden Brown, and he shows the arm strength across to the glove of Dylan Moore. A base runner aboard, no damage. We move to the third, 4-1 Roane County. We welcome you back to Leo Hines Memorial Field on this beautiful Monday evening. Sectional tournament play, opening round game. The number 4 seeded Raiders and the number 5 seeded Panthers. A pair of LKC rivals going at it here in the first game of the postseason. Double elimination format. Number 1 team is Herbert Hoover. They await the winner of this contest. 2 and 3 playing as well. Lewis County, the 3 seed, playing at Braxton County. The winner will advance. The loser will drop to the loser's bracket on Wednesday to play whoever drops this game as we navigate through the sectional tournament here in this first week of postseason action for baseball. Right now, Roane County with the 4-1 lead. They got all 4 in the first inning. They had the bases loaded with no one out to begin. Clay County retiring the next 2 batters by way of strikeouts, and then Cam Ash stepped up to the plate, swung at the first offering, ripped a gap double into left center field that scored all 3 of the base runners. Immediately following that, Cam Cumston goes opposite field with a single and an RBI to score Ash. In the top of the second, a leadoff triple by Noah Collins, and then a sacrifice bunt by the pitcher Burnett, scoring the lone run of the game for Clay County. We're in the top of the third now, and we're back to, well, no, we're not back to the top of the order. We forgot Jamison Bodkins first to the plate. Now, what we had in the last inning was Bodkins listed for us as the number 8 hitter. Ben Morton was listed on our lineup card as the 9 hitter. Morton stepped up and struck out, so now Bodkins is at the plate. So we have no idea what the official correct is, and I've already written it in pen.
That's too flopped per the book.
Per the book, they did flop at the end. So we'll just...
in between the innings, the Clay County scorekeeper came over to talk with the Roane County scorekeeper to see, I'm assuming, what the, where the mix-up there was.
Ahead in the count is Walton, 1-2. And this one missing upstairs. I'll change this on my book.
Well, according to our official rules analyst, Pat Lance, if this young man happens to get on base, he would automatically be considered out because of hitting out of turn.
Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Doesn't matter. He's not on base as Walton is rocking and rolling. That's 5 Ks, Matt, in the first 2 1/3 innings.
That's a good way to, come back on a team, that's trying to hit out of order. Don't worry about it. We'll just strike you out.
That'll bring up the top of the order now. Andrew Atkins reached on a full count walk to start the game. First pitch, high and tight. 1-0 the count. Atkins moved on to second on a throwing error by Roane County's defense and ended up at third, but stranded there. Quickly 2-0 to the leadoff batter, the center fielder, Atkins. One of 5 seniors on the roster for Clay County. 2-0 pitch ripped towards the second baseman. Cumpston gobbles it up across to Ellis for out number 2.
A nice job on that one by Cumpston. He got the good bounce over there at second. That's one of the things we always talk about is that infield lip from grass to dirt. Could really make for some tricky hops that time. Got a good one and fielded it cleanly.
2 up, 2 down. Aiden Brown struck out swinging in the first inning. And he'll look at a strike at the knees to begin his second plate appearance. 0-1 the count to the third baseman. Walton from the windup. This one on the outside corner, painting corners. 0-2 the count to Brown. Roane County looking for a 1-2-3 third. Next pitch low and away. I like the location on that one, Matt. You could get him to chase.
Yeah, you can get him to chase, or as we've seen from the home plate ump, you might get the strike
yes,
call.
Did see one of those.
He does
earlier.
give a wide girth there.
Here comes the 1-2 pitch curveball. This is going to be a tough chopper play. Fielded cleanly by Ash and showing the arm strength, as well as Ellis stretching out a little bit for out number 3. A 1-2-3, top of the third defensively, and Roane County moving to the bottom of the inning with a 4-1 lead. As we move to the bottom of inning number 3, sectional tournament action from Roane County High School and the Leo Hines Memorial Field. Roane County leading 4-1. Nice 1-2-3 inning defensively for the Raiders, including strikeout number 5 by the senior right-hander Josh Walton, followed by a couple of good infield plays, one by Cumpston at second, and the final play by Cam Ash at third. A 1-2-3. Top of the third for the Raider defense. To the bottom of the inning, we've got Walton, Cole Ellis, and Preston Green. 3, 4, 5, coming to the plate. Walton the first to step into the batter's box. He walked on 5 pitches, was the third of 3 to score off the bat of Cam Ash's bases clearing double. And Burnett ready to go to work here in inning number 3. First pitch, Walton smacks it foul out of play. Burnett's been very calm and settled here, just a couple of hits for Roane County. Otherwise, he's managed through the order.
Yeah, really, if you look at a 4-1 score, you would think the pitcher's not pitching well. Burnett's really actually pitched pretty decent in this ball game, only giving up a couple of walks, and then the big hit from Cam Ash is really major damage.
Next pitch, called strike on that outside corner. 0-2 quickly to Walton. He gave up the 3 hits he's given up so far, all in that first inning. He's ahead in the count to his competition at the mound. Here's an 0-2 pitch, grounded hardly. Did I say hardly? Grounded hard at Dylan Moore, the first baseman. And he hardly had trouble with it. How about that?
There you go. Nice save.
Good recovery.
We'll take it. You had to take a swing at that pitch, though. I mean, with the 0-2 count, that's one of those marginal ones that if you were ahead in the count, you wouldn't necessarily have taken the swing at that one, but you had to protect the plate.
A hard hit shot over there at first, unfortunately, right at the defender. Cole Ellis stepping up. First pitch, outside corner. Body language would intend that Ellis did not agree with it.
Yeah, that was similar to the one that Ellis struck out on, that outside corner.
0-1 pitch upstairs, evens the count at 1 apiece. Yeah, Cole stepped up with the bases loaded, nobody out, and was rung up on that 1-2 pitch that was really, really out there. He wants revenge with the bases empty here in the third. 1-1 pitch, that one called strike.
Yeah, the 2 strikes that have been hit that outside corner have been pretty good pitches, I think, in this at-bat. But, yeah, I totally agree. That first roundup, that one was way outside.
Burnett into the windup. The 1-2 pitch called. Strike 3. Outside corner again. And for the second time, Burnett gets Ellis on that outside corner.
And it seemed like each pitch just got a little bit further and further outside. And we know Cole doesn't swing at bad pitches very often, and he thought those were bad pitches.
Well, now that he's seen it twice, he's going to be swinging at those outside pitches next at bat.
Better know it's coming.
Preston Green also struck out back-to-back in that first inning. Lays off the first offering high and tight from Burnett. We're in the bottom of the third sectional tournament opener, and Roane County leads 4-1. 1-0 pitch, Green takes this one to straightaway center field. Put a nice swing on it, but getting back there quickly is the center fielder Atkins, and it's a 1-2-3, third inning for both sides. We move to the top of the fourth. Clay County to the plate, Roane County leading 4-1. Moving into inning number 4, Roane County leading Clay County in the opening round of sectional tournament play here at Leo Hines Field. 4-1, the Raiders got 4 in the bottom of the first. They got a 3 RBI double by Cam Ash, followed by an RBI single by Cam Cumston. Since then, though, Burnett has settled down and settled the bats of Roane County's batters. It was a 3-up, 3-down third inning, both pitchers and both defenses retiring the side in the third inning. Quickly to the fourth, we are in, and Josh Walton ready to go to work against 3-4-5 in the Panther order. Dylan Moore, Micah Osborne, Noah Collins due up here in the top of the inning.
Yeah, I think Josh has really pitched extremely well in this game, only giving up the triple to Noah Collins. Really, that's the major blemish on his evening so far.
5 strikeouts. The only run was the sac RBI by the pitcher Burnett. Moore steps in first. Swings hard at the first offering, fouls it back out of play. He sacrificed Atkins over to third in that first inning on the 6-3 putout to Preston Green. Walton ahead in the count, 0-1. Into the windup. That curveball hangs over the head. And again, we mentioned Walton. Other than the first batter, Atkins, he's worked ahead in the count for all batters except for Atkins once again in the third. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Popped up right side of the infield. Ellis giving a look, and that one's going to get out of play. 1-2 the count. Again, the winner of this contest will earn a trip over to Elkview tomorrow to face off against the 1-seeded Huskies of Herbert Hoover High School. Loser awaits the loser of Braxton and Lewis. The 1-2 pitch, opposite field. That is a shot. That is deep, and that is gone. A line drive opposite field home run for Dylan Moore. That one jumped off the bat, Matt.
Yeah, it didn't get up very high. I thought it was just going to be a easy line drive, but man, that thing just carried and just kept going and going. And, Lance was giving chase, and he took a few steps back. He knew it was out of here.
That one heads over the mountain.
That's a steep drop over there off the right field side. That one may be a little further over the hill than you think.
So with one swing of the bat,
nope, it's been retrieved.
Dylan Moore cuts into Roane County's lead, 4-2 now, Raiders. And the cleanup hitter, Osborne, he struck out on 3 straight pitches to end the first inning. And he'll look at a strike down the middle here to start the second plate appearance in the fourth. And he'll swing hard at the next offering with that hair blowing in the breeze.
It caused a little bit of a breeze off of that swing. He's trying to match his boy Moore for home run bragging rights.
Walton trying to end this one as quickly as it got started. One way to settle down after giving up a home run would be a strikeout of the cleanup hitter. 1-2 the count to Osborne. Walton comes with the pitch inside corner, just missing low. And we're tied at 2-2. On deck is Collins, who ripped that triple, scored the lone run at the time in the second. A 2-2 pitch gets away on the outside corner. Full count now to Osborne. Walton will have to bear down here on the cleanup hitter. The payoff pitch, and he loses a hanging curveball over Osborne's head. So after going ahead in the count 0-2, Walton loses Osborne, and now the tying run coming to the plate here at the top of the fourth. Collins, again, the big opposite field triple, ripped a gap shot into right center field and rounded over to third, then was sacrificed home by the pitcher who was in the on-deck circle. First pitch, good location, outside corner.
Well, you're going to get those outside corners called more often than not. So, if you know there's a little bit of an expanded strike zone, try to take advantage of that.
Walton was ready to go to work from the stretch. Collins wasn't even in the batter's box yet. He'll throw over to first, keeping tabs on Osborne. He had a pickoff attempt right off the bat in that first inning. He had Atkins dead to rights off the bag, but the Raiders could not complete the pick play. Now Walton going to step off of the rubber. Leadoff home run by Dylan Moore in the top of this fourth inning. It's 4-2 Roane County. The pitch, this one's popped up into very shallow right center field. Moving over is Collins, and he will make the grab for out number 1.
Oh, that one carried a little bit more than we expected. A good job staying with it from Collins. He's been a really solid outfield defender for this team throughout his career.
That will bring up Burnett. He has the sacrifice RBI off that late bunt attempt. As Walton made a great play just to get Burnett. Fastball belt high, and Burnett looks on at strike 1. Next pitch, swing and a miss. As Walton threw some chest-high fastball action. 0-2 to Burnett.
It's a good job switching up the speed. You followed up that off-speed breaking pitch with just a high heater. You can usually get a guy to chase that one.
And a swing and a miss as he rocks the inside pitch. And on 3 straight pitches, strikeout number 6 of the ball game for Walton. Now 2 outs in the top of the 4th.
Rogers.
One of those 6 Ks came back in the second inning from the left-handed hitter here, Bobby Rogers. First offering of the second at bat is high and away, 1-0. Raiders in the bottom of the 4th will have Cam Ash, Cam Cumston, Ian Lance coming to the plate. 1-0 offering, this one upstairs as well. Roane County leading 4-2 in sectional tournament action, opening round game. 2-0 pitch. Walton took a bit off that one just to find the plate, and he does. 2-1. Here comes a 2-1 offering. This one's ripped over towards the County Stadium home side. Fighting back with 2 straight strikes here is Walton with 2 outs and a runner on first. 1 run has crossed here in the top of the 4th off the bat of Dylan Moore. The line drive opposite field, home run to right field. Walton and the defense trying to limit it to 1. The 2-2 pitch down the middle, and Rogers catches a piece. Stays alive with the count at 2-2.
It was a good pitch. Just a good job of getting a bat on that one to stay alive in the count. 2 outs here. Top 4. See if Walton can get her done.
Another 2-2 pitch. That one sails away outside. For the second time in the inning, 3-2 is the count. Walton lost Osborne on the previous attempt. He's at first. Here comes the payoff pitch. This one ripped high into the night sky, and that's going to be camped under, the evening sky, camped under by Ethan Collins for out number 3. So 1 is all that the defense gives up, and it's now 4-2. Bottom of the 4th to come, Roane County to the plate. As we move into the bottom of inning number 4, Clay County now trailing Roane County by 2 runs. The big solo leadoff home run in the top of the 4th. Care of Dylan Moore, opposite field line drive shot over the right field wall. As the lone damage in the top of the 4th, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on. These two pitchers and defenses, Matt White, have done a great job. That base hit, by the way, the home run, just the second hit given up in the game by Josh Walton. Meanwhile, his opponent, Burnett, gave up all 3 of the hits he's given up in the first inning. He has been good since then.
Yeah, they've been able to minimize the damage. I mean, I really like the way Josh Walton has been, managing this ball game. Like you said, you give up a leadoff home run, it can, sometimes that can kind of mess with your head a little bit. He battled back, almost got 3 of the next 4 outs, and didn't give up any more runs. So, yeah, it's been a good evening for both of these pitchers. This has really turned out to be an excellent ball game.
Roane County sends 6-7-8 to the plate. The big bat of Cam Ash in the first inning right now. One of the big differences in this game, he swung at the first offering with that 3 RBI bases clearing double. He scored off of the bat of the on-deck hitter, Cam Cumston. First pitch, breaking pitch in there for strike 1.
It looked a little bit like a 12-6 kind of curve. It went from top to bottom quickly.
Fastball low and away. Evens it at 1 apiece. We're in the bottom of the 4th sectional tournament opener. Roane County up 4-2. Burnett into the windup, missing high on the next offering. Count moves to 2-1 to Ash. Winner advances to play number 1 Herbert Hoover tomorrow on the road. Loser awaits the loser of Braxton and Lewis on Wednesday. Burnett once again in the dirt, so 3-1 the count now to Ash. Burnett into the windup. Here comes the 3-1. That one rides high and tight again. And a 5-pitch walk issued to the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, good eye there by Ash. He's, when you hit a big 3-run double like you did early in the first inning, you can come out a little bit antsy on your next one, wanting to try to really rip one. Good job of being patient there at the plate. 3rd
walk issued by Burnett on a Roane County batter. Cumston, RBI single back in the first inning, scoring Ash. First pitch missing above the head. 1-0 the count. Cumston, just a freshman. County's got a lot of underclassmen on this team, and they've played a lot of innings. It's going to be very nice for the next few years. Burnett moving inside, missing low. 2-0 the count. That one's going to draw a meeting at the mound, as Burnett has shown a bit of control issues here in the bottom of the 4th.
We'll see, though, if this is just to try to settle the guy down, or are we going to actually get a pitching change. And it looks like there's going to be a pitching change. They're bringing Adkins in from center.
So as Matt White says, it looks as if we will have our first pitching change of the ball game. And it looks as if the center fielder, Andrew Adkins, is going to be coming in relief of Burnett, who had a nice outing, though, as he gave up the 4-run first inning. But other than that, he has not given up much, although some control issues, and he will give way to Adkins. While Adkins gets his warm-up pitches in, we'll take a break. We'll come back in the bottom of the 4th inning. Roane County up 4-2. We welcome you back to Leo Hines Memorial Field on campus of Roane County High School. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Roane County in game one of sectional tournament play, leading Clay County 4-2. Roane County got there 4 in the first. A run apiece for the Panthers in the second and top of this fourth innings, respectively. We have a new pitcher for the Panthers. It will be the senior Andrew Atkins coming in from center field. He and Burnett will flip-flop. And Atkins steps in with a runner on first and a 2-0 count to the second baseman, Cam Cumston. First pitch to Cumston, missing upstairs, and quickly the count 3-0.
That's always a tough spot to come in the middle of an at-bat when there's already a couple of balls against you there. So tough spot for Burnett or for Atkins.
And he will fire high again. So quickly, the first two batters in the bottom of the inning aboard by way of base on balls. That'll bring up Ian Lance. The right fielder took a good healthy cut, went opposite field in the second inning, caught by the right fielder, Bobby Rogers.
And that one, Rogers had some trouble finding it. That sun is pointing directly down into the right field and the right side of the infield.
Good healthy swing at the first offering. At the knees. The fastball gets by Lance. 0-1 the count. This next pitch missing at the eyeballs. 1-1. No outs, first and second. Next pitch. Ooh. Nice off-speed action. Lance took a healthy cut and missed. He had a 1-2 count when he took one to right field in the second. See if he can do it again here. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Atkins gets his first batter of the ball game. That will bring up the number 9 hitter. And the center fielder, Ethan Collins, had a full count, struck out swinging in the second inning.
That was a good job by Atkins to battle back on that one.
First pitch to Collins, fastball down the middle, swing and a miss. 0-1 the count. And that time outside corner pitch, and that one catches the mark. So Atkins, after throwing the first two pitches outside the zone, he looks immediately to have settled. Swing and a miss, and on 3 straight pitches, down goes Collins. And Atkins is working quickly as well.
Yeah, he's trying to get to the Cucciarelli pace.
That will bring up Lane Epling's been on base both of his at-bats. Reached on an error and scored in the first. Reached on a walk, stole a base, but was stranded in the second. First pitch of his third plate appearance. Paints the inside corner for strike one. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Roane County leading 4-2. Got all 4 in the first. They've been blanked since. 0-1 pitch. This one's ripped right at Collins, and it gets under the glove. That's going to score Ash from second. And the error will cost a run for Clay County. That one got right through the wickets. Took a low hop on Collins.
Yeah, you could tell Collins was waiting on a high bounce. You know, he saw that earlier on the steal throwdown attempt was a high hop off of that infield, and you can just you never know what this grass area here at the Leo Hines Field is going to do when you're playing that middle infield.
Scafella digs in. He's 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Looks on at the pitch outside of the zone. Roane County now leading 5-2. Bottom fourth. Next pitch, chin music high and tight. 2-0 count. Two outs here in the bottom of the fourth. And runners on first and second. Scaff swings at this one, rips it straight away center field. Burnett moves 5 steps to his right and makes the grab for out number 3. Raiders plate one, though, and they lead after 4 complete innings, 5-2. We welcome you back to Leo Hines Memorial Field on the campus of Roane County High School. After 4 complete innings, it is Roane County leading Clay County 5-2. The Raiders finally plate another run to add to the 4 they got in the first as they lead 5-2. 1 run, 1 hits. 1 run, no hits, 1 error, and 2 left on base. And Josh Walton, the senior, ready to work here in the top of the 5th inning. He will see hitters 8, 9, and 1 coming to the plates. It'll be Ben Morton, followed by Jamison Bodkins and Andrew Atkins at the top of the order. So far, it's been a good day for Walton on the bump. He has allowed just 2 base hits. He has struck out 6. He has walked a pair of batters, but that is it on the blemish.
Ben Morton,
sorry. One of those 6 Ks back in inning number 2. And Walton rocks one right over the middle of the plate to begin the second plate appearance for Morton. 0-1 the count. One pitch, this one squared to bunt. That one drops right on the left side of the infield. And I tell you what, if that doesn't make a bounce towards the pitcher, Walton, Matt, that could have been a tougher play than it was.
Yeah, that really could have been. I mean, that was a pretty well-placed bunt, but like I said, it took a hop back in toward Walton as he was coming off the hill. Got a good jump on that one because your momentum is pushing you toward the first base side.
Bodkins steps up, slaps the first pitch from Walton foul, first base dugout side, 0-1 count. He was also a strikeout victim in the 3rd inning. 0-1 the count. Walton into the windup. Fires one down Main Street. 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A little 3/4 to sidearm action there, missing upstairs. Count 1-2 to the number 9 hitter in the order. Atkins on deck. Top of the 5th inning, 5-2 Raiders. The pitch, check swing, and it wasn't going to matter. A called strike 3. And register strikeout number 7 of the day for the senior, Josh Walton.
Yeah, Walton's really been pitching so well here in this ball game. You know, short of the triple to Collins and the home run to Moore, it's a pretty effective game so far for Walton.
Walton drops down to 3/4 again, rifles a fastball outside to Andrew Atkins. 1-0 the count. Atkins reached on a walk to begin the game, made it to 3rd, was stranded. Grounded out at 2nd to Cumston in inning number 3. And just like the first 2 at-bats, Walton starts him out with 2 pitches outside the zone. And the next one just missing upstairs. 3-0 quickly to the leadoff batter, Atkins. Always nice to get those first 2, though, before you see the top of the order. Called strike on the inside corner. Atkins waving the fake bunt around did not affect Walton. We'll see if Josh can fight back here. Into the windup. Here comes the 3-1 pitch. And that time Atkins swung at the high heat. And we're full for the second time to Atkins. Into the windup. The payoff pitch. This one chopped towards 3rd. Just trickles foul. And we'll do it again with a 3-2 count. 2 outs. Top 5. And Roane County leading by 3, 5-2. Again, the winner advances to face number 1 Herbert Hoover tomorrow. The loser moves to Wednesday's consolation bracket to face the loser of Braxton and Lewis. Here comes Walton's 3-2 pitch. Uh-oh, that one way upstairs. And for the second time, he will lose Atkins. And he'll see Aiden Brown, who is 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to the 3rd baseman, Ash, back in inning number 3. Big lead over there at first, and Atkins going to go on the first pitch, and the throw is offline. It would not have mattered. Atkins got a great jump, had speed. He'll swipe the bag at second. So a 2-out runner in scoring position.
Well, good job there by Preston Green, come over from short to back that play up to hold Atkins at second.
Walton now is going to turn and throw out to second. Try to keep tabs on the batter. 0-1 the count. That pitch was a called strike, by the way. A 1 offering misses low. Count evens at 1 apiece. We're in the top of the fifth. 5-2 Roane County, 2 outs. And Atkins out at second. Now Atkins going to take off on the next pitch. They'll throw to third. In time, they got him. No, a call.
Oh, that foot came off the bag.
Safe. Wow. That was a tremendous throw down to third by Epling, right on the bag. Ash had the tag applied, but the bases umpire says he is safe.
That's a tough angle for that because he's behind the runner. That foot came off the bag when Ash applied that tag.
Now a 3-1 count to the batter Browns. So things getting a little dicey here with 2 outs in the top of the fifth. Dylan Moore on deck. And a great fight back pitch there on a 3-1 count as Brown faked the bunt. We're full at 3-2. See if Walton can somehow get out of this with no damage. The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, and Walton does it. A big K, and that is number 8 for the senior, and he eliminates the damage before it's able to happen. Bottom of the fifth we go. Roane County to the plate, leading 5-2. Moving into the bottom of inning number 5, we're taking a look at the final strikeout of the inning. We were looking at that play at third in which Lane Epling thought he had a throw out at third. Atkins got a great jump, but a great throw, and right there, man, oh man. That's a tough one to not be called out on. Didn't matter, though, as Josh Walton, who is coming to the plate here in the bottom of the fifth, registers 2 more strikeouts in the fifth, including getting Brown to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on, 8 strikeouts for the senior Walton. He'll lead it off in the bottom of the fifth inning. He is 0 for 1, walked, scored in the first, grounded out on the 3 unassisted in the third. First time he will see the pitcher, and Andrew Atkins, and he'll swing and miss at the first offering. Next offering in the dirt. 1-1 counts. Walton followed by Ellis and then Preston Green. Leading it off here in the bottom of the fifth. Roane County got 4 in the first. A run apiece for Clay in the second and fourth. And then in the bottom of the fourth, Raiders manufactured the run to take the 5-2 lead where we stand. 1-2 pitch. Walton goes after this one opposite field, out of play. Atkins ahead in the count, 1-2. Been a very efficient game for both sides. 1-2 pitch, curveball popped up in foul territory over at first. Moving in and making the grab is Moore. So twice Moore has put Walton out. Once on a ground out, that time on the foul ball.
It just really has been a beautiful evening for some baseball. It's been a really good game from both teams. Like I said, Roane County got the 4 runs in the 4th. Scattered 2 to Clay in the 2nd and the 4th inning.
So Ellis comes to the plate. He'll see Atkins for the first time, missing on the outside corner. Ellis has struck out looking twice, both on outside pitches.
And you see the first place that Atkins went was outside.
Comes back over the middle of the plate. Ellis swings and misses, 1-1. These two teams have combined for 7 runs, albeit on just 5 hits combined. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, or said 1-1 pitch. Now it's 1-2. Atkins working quickly to the rubber and into the windup. And a call, strike 3 outside the zone for the 3rd time. My goodness.
Every one of those
Ellis,
strikeout pitch has been way outside.
Ellis is more than frustrated, let's just say here.
He's not getting the calls at the plate, but you got to understand after those first 2, if there's anything on that outside corner, you got to take a hack at it.
Just go for him. Green to the plate. First pitch missing away. 1-0 the count. Green struck out in the 1st and then lined out to straight center field in the 3rd inning. Next pitch low and away. 2-0 the count. Roane County got a run after the first 2 outs. Two up, 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 pitch ripped right at Collins at short. He'll gobble it up across the diamond, and it's a 1-2-3 bottom of the 5th for Clay County's defense. We move to the 6th. Roane County ahead, 5-2. We welcome you back to Leo Hines Memorial Field after 5 complete innings in sectional tournament opening round action. It's Roane County 5, Clay County 2. The Raiders went down without a fight in the bottom of the 5th inning. 1-2-3 for Atkins and the defense. Again, these two teams have combined for 7 runs, but just 5 base hits. Roane County has 3, and all 3 of those came back in inning number 1. A couple of errors have caused some problems and a run to score for Clay County. Clay County, meanwhile, has gotten just 2 base hits, but both of those have been effective. It was a triple for Collins, followed by a sac RBI, and then it was a solo home run for Dylan Moore, who is at the plate here in the top of the 6th inning. Roane County up 5-2. And Walton ready to go to work again. First pitch ripped right at Cumston, and he'll move over towards second base and make the grab for out number 1. Hard hit shot by Moore once again. Nice play, though, by the freshman second baseman.
Yeah, that's a tough one. The way the sun is hitting right now, it's beating down on the outfield or infield dirt, but the infield grass is shaded, so that's going to be a tough play. for anyone to make good reaction there by Compston to make the catch.
That will bring up the cleanup hitter, Osborne. First pitch, golfs it over in left field. Going back, is this going to have enough to get out? It does. Micah Osborne took the 9-iron out and rips it over the 325-foot fence sign. A couple of solo home run shots here from Dylan Moore in the 4th, and now in the 6th, Micah Osborne. And Clay County not going away. They have cut it back down to 2.
Yeah, just an excellent swing. Like you said, he golfed that one out there. I'm not sure that was a 9. That might have been a 3-iron off the tee. Big-time shot for Osborne. Brings Clay County within 2, 5-3. Now here in the top of the 6th inning with just 1 out.
Just the 3rd base hit given up by Walton today.
Well, you said just a moment ago all their base hits, the 2 previous were very effective, so was that one.
A model of efficiency is Clay County's offense, getting the most out of the bats. Noah Collins stepping in as he ripped that triple in the 2nd and scored the first run of the game for the Panthers. Looks on at a pitch down the middle. He also flew out to center field in the 4th inning.
Whoa.
Walton missing inside that time. Collins just able to get out of the way. 1-1 the count. 1 out, no one on here now in the top of the 6th. 5-3 Roane County. This has been a good game. Roane County just trying to keep Clay County at bay. 1-1, check swing. Did he go around? The question. He did. And Collins now behind in the count, 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch, high heater, and that one laid off by the batter as we move 2-2. Levi Burnett, the starting pitcher, now out in center field on deck. Walton into the windup. The pitch, missing inside. We're full. Walton has walked just 2 batters here today. He's got 8 strikeouts and has given up just 3 base hits. 2 of the 3, though, solo home runs.
Yeah, you got to make a good pitch here. You can't leave anything out over the plate. You got to try to paint those corners.
The windup, the payoff pitch. This one nubbed just over the head of Preston Green. And that one will just get in to the outfield for the bloop single.
Yeah, it was a good pitch. Just a good hit there by Collins. He was able to get just enough of it to get it into the outfield.
Burnett.
And the tying run represented by Burnett coming to the plate. So Burnett, who started things off after Collins ripped that triple in the 2nd, had a very nice sacrifice RBI on the bunt down the first base side. He almost made it to first, if not for the Walton play. Struck out swinging in the 4th inning, so he is officially 0 for 2. 1 out, top of the 6th inning. We're late into the ball game, and Roane County just trying to hold off Clay County. They got 4 in the 1st. They've led throughout. Throw over to first. Collins close to the bag, slides in safely.
You definitely got to keep Collins at bay over there. He's an athlete, and he can take off and run.
Conservative lead at the moment. The pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1 count to Burnett.
That was a nice pitch. That one had a ton of movement on it.
0-1 count to Burnett. Squaring to bunt and missing that time. Burnett was taking off running. Almost like a softball left-hander sometimes.
Yeah, you try the running bunt attempt. That's a little bit harder to do from the right-handed batter's box, though.
Behind in the count, 0-2, inside corner. Boy, just a flinch by Burnett. He did not go around and swing at it, though. 1-2 the counts. I like the location of that fastball in on the hands.
You definitely got to make him think about it with the 2 strikes.
They're going to send Collins, and the ball gets out of the glove of Epling. Collins safely at second. The count now 2-2. Runner in scoring position now for the Panthers. After the solo home run from Osborne cuts it down to 5-3. Base umpires getting into position. A 2-2 pitch. That one high and tight again. 3-2 now. Walton from the stretch. Comes set, looks back at Collins, fires one inside corner, and strikeout number 9 issued by the senior. What a grinded out performance right now he is putting on.
Yeah, he's got himself into a jam there. He was up 0-2 in the count, lost it down to 3-2, made an excellent strikeout pitch. See what you can do if you can get out of this inning. Keep it a 2-run lead.
Bobby Rogers to the plate. 0 for 2 today, struck out in the second inning and then lined out to center field in the fourth. First pitch missing high and outside from Walton. Next pitch, golfed foul down the third baseline, giving chase over there was Scafella. That one just goes over the foul fence. 1-1 count now to Rogers. The defense solely focused right now on the batter with 2 outs. Collins out at second with speed. Roane County will have Cam Ash, Cam Cumston, Ian Lance to the plate in the bottom of the 6th.
And you got to know Collins will be running on any kind of contact here with 2 outs.
1-1 pitch. This one ripped over towards shallow left field. They're going to hold Collins at third, and Scafella didn't look like he saw that one off the bat, Matt.
Yeah, he had some trouble with that one as it came off the bat, and good recovery, though. Got in quick and was able to keep the runner at bay at third. But
so a pair of bloop singles here, and the tying run now on the base paths in the top of the 6th inning for Clay County. Ben Morton coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2, a strikeout and a ground out to the pitcher. They're going to send the runner. They'll fake the throw over to first. And that's going to be a balk, yeah. I forgot he didn't go to second. He just turned like he was going to pick him off. You got to throw it if you do that. He did not, and just a small mental lapse there by an otherwise great outing here for the senior. Will score the 4th run of the game. Collins comes home, and Rogers out at second. So it is now a 1-run ball game in the 6th. 0-1 the count to Morton. Make that 0-2 as Walton fights back with another hard fastball down the middle. A little frustration on that pitch.
yeah, you gotta imagine that's the case. He really humped up on that one trying to attack Morton.
1-2 the count. 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. A 1-run game now. This one down the middle, and there was some anger behind those pitches as the lead has shrunk now down to 1, 5-4. Roane County leading it into the bottom of the 6th we go. As we move into the bottom of inning number 6, a good game has gotten very interesting now as Clay County held in check with just 2 base hits till this top of the 6th inning. They got 3 base hits, including a second solo home run, this time off the bat of the catcher, Micah Osborne, to left field. And it all leads to 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. We now have a 5-4 ball game. Roane County has led throughout, but the at one point 3-run lead is now down to just 1. And it got started for Roane County off the bat of the player to the plate here to begin the bottom of the 6th. Cam Ash, the big 3 RBI double in the first inning. 6, 7, and 8 due up. And the relief pitcher for Clay County, Atkins, going to work here in his 3rd inning. First pitch, little movement on that offering over the middle of the plate. Ash walked and scored as well in the 4th inning. Curveball, this one poked towards short, slow roller. Collins on the run, across the diamond, and safe is he called. And the base umpire says that the stretch mat pulled his back foot off of the bag.
That was going to be a tough play. It was a good scoop. Just unfortunate for Moore over there that he couldn't keep the foot on the bag, according to the first base ump.
Well, Moore has got it in the tip of his glove where it ended up. And foot off the bag, and I think he jumbled it a little bit, which is why it's at the end of his glove right now. That's why it didn't show up in the clean part of the glove, is because he bobbled it around as well. Sean Krajewski coming out saying and trying to argue his point.
Very adamantly arguing his point.
All falling on deaf ears. These umpires, I think sometimes when somebody comes out, they're thinking about where they're going to go eat later. They're singing songs in their head. Anything they could do to not listen to the anger.
Yeah, you just got to let them get it out.
So Cam Compston to the plate. Leadoff batter aboard in the bottom of the 6th. Roane County again, they gave up 2 in the top half. They're trying to get something back here before the top of the 7th. First pitch to Compston upstairs. Cam ripped that single that scored Ash in the first inning, walked. He was the first batter to face Atkins in the 4th inning. 1-0 offering. That one finds the mark over the plate. 1-1 to the second baseman.
Yeah, if you're Roane County, you'd love to get another insurance run here in the bottom of the inning.
Compston swings at the offering, fouls it out of play first base side, 1-2 count.
Panthers have clawed back into this one. 5-4 the ball game. Roane County bottom of the 6th. No outs on the board. You'd love to get an insurance run.
And obviously 1 run is not a safe or comfortable lead at all for this Raider team. Clay County's been fighting back since going down 4-0 to begin. Ooh. Swing and a miss. Healthy cut by Compston, but he misses on that pitch. Strikeout number 4 for the relief pitcher, Atkins. Ian Lance to the plate now, 0 for 2. Flew out to right field in the 2nd, struck out to Atkins in the 4th. First pitch, this one ripped foul.
That was a good pitch to turn on. Got around just a little bit late, did Lance, but he's had some really good at-bats. He's taken some really healthy cuts at the ball, just been off the mark a little bit.
Atkins from the stretch, the 0-1 pitch, high and tight, 1-1 for Clay County in the top of the 7th inning. It will be 9-1-2. Jamison Bodkins, Andrew Atkins, Aiden Brown to lead it off. Ash staying close at the bag over at first. Atkins still didn't like it. He'll step off of the rubber, and he'll reset. 1-1 pitch. That one rode in on the hands of Lance. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Ethan Collins in the on-deck circle for Roane County here in the bottom of the 6th. Raiders leading by 1, 5-4. Pitch, swing and a miss, and the second straight K issued by Atkins. 2 outs now in the inning. Ethan Collins coming to the plate. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts in this one.
Now batting number 2, Ethan Collins.
Ethan is due here today. See if he can continue this bottom of the sixth for the Raiders. A little bit tight on the first offering from Atkins, 1-0 count. Raiders would like to get back to the top of the order if they can. Epling on deck. Check swing. That one finds the outside corner. Good movement on that breaking pitch.
Yeah, that was a really nice pitch. You can tell Collins wanted to go after it, but just kind of froze because of the location.
1-1 offering. A little bit low. Good stop behind the plate by the catcher Osborne. Collins ahead, 2-1.
I'll tell you one thing, with both these pitchers being able to throw some pretty good strikes, we've not seen very many pass balls.
Healthy cut. Once again, Atkins moves on the pitch. 2-2 the count. Atkins comes with the pitch, a swing and a miss, and he will strike out after Ash reaches 3 in a row. And we move to the top of the seventh. Roane County leading 5-4. They'll try to shut down the Panthers in the top of the seventh. See if they can do it after this. We welcome you back inside Leo Hines Memorial Field on the campus of Roane County High School. We move to the seventh after 6 complete. Roane County hanging on to a 5-4 lead. They got a 4-0 lead in the first inning. Since then, Clay County with 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth. They cut it to 4-2. Roane County made it 5-2 after the bottom of the fourth, but 2 runs in the top of the sixth for the Panthers have cut the lead for Roane County down to just 1 run. And Josh Walton, the senior, who has been very good today, has given up just 6 base hits, but 3 of those came in the last inning, including the solo home run to Micah Osborne, the second solo shot of the game. And if Roane County is to stop Clay County here, it's going to be a 9-1-2, Jamison Bodkins, and then the top of the order with Atkins and Brown. Bodkins, a pair of strikeouts in this one in the third and fifth innings. Walton wants to go the distance. First pitch, strike on the inside corner. Boy, Bodkins is really crowding the plate.
That's what I was just going to say. I mean, you're going to get that call. Yeah, he's trying to see how far in there he can get and maybe take a hit.
Squares the bunt, misses on the opportunity. Behind on the count quickly, 0-2. And in a situation with a top 7 and a 1-run lead, you need to get that first out to feel a little better. You can breathe a little bit.
Yeah, you don't want to fall behind here.
And he does it. Boy, I tell you what, great pitches there from Walton, who has gone the distance so far. And as you see, Bodkins walking to the dugout slams his bat in frustration. Walton's just had his number today. Back to the top of the order, though, we go. And before we see the next one, Coach Buddy Huffman, he's going to make a change.
He's going to bring Scaff in to pitch this last couple of at-bats, move Walton back out to left field.
What a game.
Yeah.
For the senior, Josh Walton.
10 strikeouts.
Walton finishes his game with 11 strikeouts, just 2 base on balls. Until that 6th inning, he had given up just 2 base hits. He ends up giving up just 5 base hits in this ball game. A great outing for the senior. Now Scafella going to come in. He'll try to finish it off here with the top of the order. And normally when you see Walton pitching so well, you're like, keep him in, let him finish this off, Matt. We've seen a couple of pitches get a little bit away from him later. He's obviously done a great job. He's tired, but what you do now is you throw a lefty at the batters. They have to adjust on the fly quickly to a new arm release and a new side, and I hope that Scafella can do this here.
Yeah, and this will be bringing up that was the number 9 hitter, correct, that just went down. So you're coming back to the top of the order. Some guys that have done a little bit of damage here. Not a ton, though. Atkins has been on base a couple of times. But like you said, you throw that left-handed pitcher out there, and it gives them a completely different look. So we'll see if see if this strategy works. Scaff going to be trying for the save attempt here.
He will see Andrew Atkins first. Atkins has walked 2 of the 3 plate appearances in the first and then in the 5th. Both times he has been stranded on the base paths. In between that, grounded out to Cumston at second in inning number 3. So the left-hander, Scafella, looking to finish it off here in the top of the 7th. Atkins digs in.
Andrew Atkins.
Scaff on to the rubber, into the windup. First pitch, curveball. Called strike 1. Beautiful movement on that first pitch.
And that thing had a ton of bite to it.
And the 0-1, that one high and away. 1-1 count to Atkins. Following Atkins, Aiden Brown. And you get into that Moore Osborne situation that you'd likely not want to see. Both have rocked one over the fence. The 1-1 pitch, outside, 2-1.
Yeah, if you get down to Moore, Osborne, and Collins with the triple in the second inning, scored a run, the first run for Clay County. Yeah, you'd really like to get these first couple of guys and just call it good.
2-1 pitch, that one away as well. Scafella in danger of walking the tying run here in the top of the 7th inning.
Yeah, that first pitch he threw had a lot of movement coming back over the plate. These last couple have hung on the outside.
3-1 offering over the middle, swing and a miss. Full count now to Atkins, and out in the inning. We're in the top of the 7th, 5-4. Roane County sectional opener winner moves tomorrow to Hoover. Loser faces Lewis Braxton, loser on Wednesday. The windup, the payoff pitch, curveball ripped into deep straightaway center field. Going back, that one hits the bottom of the wall. Atkins rounding first, and the tying run is at second. Boy, Atkins turned on that pitch and tattooed it over the head of the center fielder Collins.
Yeah, Atkins he guessed right on that one, was waiting on that pitch. He just absolutely drove it. Almost had a chance for it to go out. Hit off the bottom of the fence in the deep left center field.
And that brings up Aiden Brown, the third baseman, 0 for 3, a pair of strikeouts and a ground out. Tying run aboard second with 1 out in the top of the 7th. Scaff working from the stretch, comes with the pitch, off speed, out in front is Brown. 0-1 count.
Just keep battling here if you're Scaff. Don't hang your head after giving up that big hit.
Fires one over the plate, but a little bit low. 1-1 the count, so barring some crazy double play here, you're going to have to see the bat of Dylan Moore at least. Like to have it with 2 outs. The pitch, they'll send the runner. Epling double clutches the throw, and it gets away into the outfield. Here comes Atkins, and he is going to score the tying run on the Raiders. Man, oh man, you saw the double clutch coming out of the glove of Epling, and then he just lost the throw. And just like that, we are tied at 5.
Yeah, a tough break. I mean, he had a throw out earlier that he didn't get the call on that time. He knew he was going to have to rush it. Throw was a little bit offline, and unfortunately just squirted away from the infielders, and outfield was playing pretty deep, so not a lot of chance to be able to come in and get a hold of that one.
Well, Buddy Huffman wanting some clarification on something. I don't know what.
Yeah, I think he was maybe trying to get interference on the battery interference as Epling was trying to make that throw.
So bases are empty now, and we are tied at 5 apiece in the top of the 7th. 2-1 the count to Brown. Scafella from the windup. Rockets one on the outside corner. Good location on the fastball. 2-2 the count. Obviously, you've given up the tying run. That's all you want to give up here. Raiders have a chance to win at the bottom half of the inning then. When Clay County, Matt, you just have seen it coming here a little bit. They just kept clawing their way back into it.
Yeah, the good thing, though, is if you come up here in the bottom of the 7th, Roane County will have the top of their lineup.
Here's one poked into right center field. Look at Collins. A lot of green grass to cover, and he will make the grab in deep right center field for out number 2 as Brown gave it a ride.
Yeah, big play there. Really needed that one. Collins was playing shaded over to the left side a little bit, had to cover a ton of ground to get to that one. Nice play. 2 outs here, Roane County, top of the 7th.
Dylan Moore had the big back in the 4th, the solo line drive home run opposite field in right field. First pitch from Scafella, breaking pitch, missing in the dirt. 1-0 the count. In between that, Moore, couple of putouts, 6-3 ground out in the first, and a pop fly to second on that line drive to Cumston. Scaff missing wildly outside on the second pitch. 2-0. Osborne doesn't get any easier on deck. Raiders are going to have the top of the order coming to the plate in the bottom of the 7th. 2-0 pitch upstairs, and Moore ahead in the count, 3-0.
Like you said, you definitely don't want to give up another run here if you're Roane County. You want to be able to go into this bottom of the 7th with a tie ball game and a chance to win it.
3-0 pitch. Moore feigns the bunt attempt and backs off to look at the first strike of the at-bat. 3-1 the count. The senior left-hander, Andrew Scafella, trying to battle out of this one and keep it tied. The windup, the 3-1 offering. This one chopped towards third. That one will trickle foul. And the count now full. Good battle back by Scafella after going down 3-0. We're tied at 5 with 2 outs. The base is empty here in the top of the 7th. And Scaff waiting for the signal from Epling. Waits a little too long for Dylan Moore's liking. He'll step out of the box. Tense situation here with 2 outs in the top of the 7th. Moore steps back in. Scaff ready to go. Here comes the payoff pitch. Curveball checks the swing, and he went around on it, absolutely. And down goes Moore with a big strikeout by Scafella. But the run that was needed was had in the top of the 7th inning. We're tied at 5. We move to the bottom. See if Roane County can walk it off after this. As we move into the bottom of the 7th inning, Roane County now tied for the first time in the game since 0-0. 5-5 your score. The Raiders were trying to end it in the top of the 7th inning with just a 1-run lead, but As Matt White and I were talking about, ever since that 4-run bottom of the first inning, we've seen Clay County just clawing their way back into it. The Panthers got 1 in the second, 1 more in the fourth to cut it to 2. Roane County able to manage 1 run in the bottom of the fourth to put the lead back out to 3, but then 2 runs in the sixth and 1 in the seventh. And we are tied in the seventh. To the bottom of the inning we go, and Roane County the chance to walk it off here in the bottom of the seventh with the top of their batting order. 1, 2, and 3 coming to the plate. Epling, Scafella, Walton will lead it off, and they'll see Atkins now. And this will be the second time that Epling and Scafella have seen, well, actually, to be the second time they've all seen Atkins, who came in relief in the fourth inning, the bottom of the fourth inning for the starting pitcher, Burnett. And he has been really, really good. He has given up nothing but a couple of walks. He has struck out in his 3 innings, 6 batters. So the Raiders looking for base runners to begin here. Epling has been on base all 3 times, yet he is 0 for 2. Has reached on a pair of errors. Has a stolen base as well in this one. First pitch, healthy, cut, swing and a miss. 0-1 the counts to Epling.
Yeah, that's just a good job by your leadoff hitter. He's a guy that's been getting on base no matter what the situation. See if he can get Roane County that first base runner here, bottom of the seventh, looking to try to win this one.
Fouls this pitch off, and as you look at Atkins' outing, he's been ahead in all but 2 counts here tonight. 0-2 to Epling. Atkins rocks and fires, curveball, good eye there. Epling was moving towards the swing and did not take it. 1-2 the count.
Yeah, he's smart enough to know that he's seen, guys getting called out on that far outside corner. Knew he was going to have to make something out of that one.
1-2 pitch, that one missing low, 2-2. Osborne was set up on the outside corner. Atkins went straight down the middle but low. 2-2 the count. Here comes the pitch. This one is ripped opposite field. That's going to drop in for the leadoff single, and Roane County has the winning run aboard. Great at bat for Epling.
Yeah, great job of driving that one. I thought it was going to have enough to get in the gap, but yeah, give Rogers credit over there in right field, cutting that one off and holding Lane at first, saving the extra base hit, but the runners on board that we need.
Scaff, the pitcher now of record, coming to the plate, and I would imagine we may see some small ball here. We'll see if Scaff tries to sacrifice the runner to scoring position.
We can tell the middle infielders are looking for a steal. They're both covering way in close to second.
And that's going to be a balk. And Epling's going to head to second. Or no, did he step off the back? He did. So Atkins did step off the back of the rubber, so he did not have to make the throw. Boy, that would have been nice, though. That would have made it a little better for Scafella. Scaff squares the bunt, backs off as Atkins rifles one outside.
You can tell that was a little bit of a pitch out. You're trying to give Osborne a good angle to catch that ball and come up out of his stance quickly and make a throw.
1-0 offering. Scaff goes at this one, swings and fouls it back. Count 1-1.
And that pitch from the stretch it's even quicker than you would normally see because they're expecting some of that small ball action.
Fella 1 for 3. Opposite field single in the first. Ripped one up the middle to the center fielder in the fourth. And Scafella goes after that high heater with a bunt attempt. He's behind in the count 1-2 now. Josh Walton on deck. The winning run here in the bottom of the seventh at first. Here comes the pitch. Scafella goes at the high heater, and he will strike out. That's number 7 for Atkins. He is mowing batters down in his 3 innings.
Yeah, he's really done a good job of keeping Roane County at bay.
Josh Walton to the plate. Walked in the first, and then popped out and grounded out to the first baseman, Dylan Moore. First pitch, they're going to send Epling. Here comes the throw. It's airmailed, and Epling in scoring position at second. He has stolen his second base now of the ball game.
Yeah, that's an important one because Osborne's got a good arm. He just let that one go a little bit high.
That was a great play by Noah Collins, jumping and grabbing that one.
Yeah. Yeah, if that one gets into the outfield, you've got a runner on third.
So now some strategy for Clay County. They're going to send the intentional walk of Walton to first, looking for force outs or the double play opportunity. Up the middle, Cole Ellis. Boy, is this young man due today. He is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts, and all 3 were looking on the outside corner. And he has the chance to play the hero here, the senior, with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th, and the winning run represented by Epling at second. First pitch, a little high and tight there. And Roane County's dugout saying it hit him. They're trying to get base runners, man. That's what they're looking for. 1-0 count to Ellis.
Might have caught him in those luscious locks of his as he pirouetted away from that one.
Atkins, the 1-0, that one inside. Good stop by Osborne, who was set up once again, Matt, on the outside corner. 2-0 the count.
I mentioned that earlier. Both of these catchers have done a great job of not letting anything past them.
Tense situation as Atkins steps off of the back of the rubber. They're calling Rogers over in right field to move in. 2-0 count. Atkins, the pitch, called, strike, and golly, it's consistent, but it is way outside.
It's been consistent on Cole at least. My gosh.
2-1 the counts. Winning run on second. Bottom of the 7th. Upstairs, now 3-1 to Ellis. On deck is Preston Green. We're tied 5 apiece here in the opening round sectional tournament game. Atkins comes set from the stretch. The 3-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Good fight back pitch. And it's a full count to Ellis.
That one was high, a little bit outside. Yeah, good pitch there from Atkins, getting Cole to chase that one. Payoff pitch.
Here comes the 3-2 upstairs, and Ellis draws the walk. Big at bat for the Raiders. The bases now are loaded, and what that means is with this backstop, Atkins had better be accurate.
And Osborne had better be ready for anything if that ball skips off of the plate, or this one could walk off in fashion. But Osborne's been up to the task this evening. He's only let, I think, 1 pitch get by him, and that was one of no consequence.
The winning run at third, Preston Green to the plates, and Atkins wasting no time over the middle with that one. If Green can just get one into the outfield deep enough.
Yeah, the infield's playing in on the grass. They're looking to come home with any kind of grounder.
0-1 the count.
Force out at any base.
This one upstairs, 1-1. Green 0 for 3, but he's hit the ball twice. Fly out to center field, ground out to shortstop. Winning run at third, bottom of the 7th with 1 out. The bases are loaded. Here's the pitch, ripped foul. Green behind in the count, 1-2. Cam Ash is in the on-deck circle. Again, he has the big 3 RBI double back in the first inning. One and 2 the count. Atkins comes set. The pitch, curveball, chopped foul. Great piece of hitting. That was a nasty breaking ball.
You could tell by the way it spun off of the bat. That one had a ton of movement. Just stay alive. See if you can get one in the field.
The count remains 1-2. Epling represents the winning run at third. Atkins comes set. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Atkins just continuing to mow down Raider batters. That's number 8 in just 3 innings.
We'll see with Cam Ash coming up if he has another miracle in the pocket here. He had the big 3-run RBI, the 3 RBI double in the first inning.
Yeah, the last time he stepped to the plate with the bases jacked, he did his job. 2 outs, bases loaded, bottom 7th. You couldn't have written it and scripted it any better. The first pitch to Ash. Curveball hangs just a little bit high. 1-0 the count. Atkins trying to battle here. The 1-0 pitch down the middle. Ooh, Ash, healthy cut. Count even at 1-1.
If he can get one on the outside part of the plate that he can drive into the outfield, because they're playing way over into left.
Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss over the middle. 1-2. Boy, Atkins is just in shutdown mode. Base hit wins it. The 1-2 pitch called strike 3, and Atkins lets out a roar as he gets out of the jam. Bases loaded with 1 out and 2 straight strikeouts issued by Atkins. We're moving to extra innings. We move to the top of the 8th. 5-5 your score. We welcome you back inside of Leo Hines Memorial Field. Opening round sectional tournament action between a pair of rivals out of the LKC Conference. 4-seeded Roane County, 5-seeded Clay County. 7 was not enough. We moved to extras, 5-5 your score. The Raiders had the bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th. The winning run at third with 1 out, and Andrew Atkins strikes out back-to-back batters for 9 on his outing in relief. And Roane County unable to win it in the bottom of the 7th. The Raiders that inning got 1 base hit. That was the first base hit they have had since the first inning. 4 for Roane County, 6 for Clay. The difference is Clay County's efficiency on those at-bats.
Yeah, a couple of home runs, and they were also scored on that balk, so they've taken advantage of a couple of miscues as well by Roane County.
4-5-6 here in the top of the 8th. Osborne looks at a pair of pitches outside of the strike zone from Scafella, who came in relief for Roane County in that 7th inning. 2-0 pitch, Scaff down the middle. Osborne looks on. Osborne 1 for 2. Struck out swinging in the first, walked in the 4th, and then the big solo home run in the 6th. 1-2 offering, missing outside. I said 1-2, I meant 2-1, now 3-1. Scafella behind in the count here to Osborne. Noah Collins on deck. He's been good at the plate. 3-1 pitch, called, strike. 3-2.
It's a good fight back pitch. That one was a little bit inside. Osborne thought he might have had the walk.
Here comes the payoff pitch. Swung on, ripped right at the glove of Cam Ash. Couple of hard hit shots in this game. Right at a pair of infielders. Cumston made a big play a while back, and Ash makes a nice one here to start off the top of the 8th.
Yeah, that was hard hit. That's why he caught that hot corner. You know, the bat just flies off of the ball flies off of the bat.
Noah Collins.
Great reaction there by Ash getting that first out.
Collins has been efficient, 2 for 3, a triple. He has scored both times he has been to the plate, including scoring on that balk. First pitch over the plate for strike one. Tied at 5 apiece, extra innings, top of the 8th. Next pitch, breaking pitch missing in the dirt, 1-1 the count. If Roane County can get out of this one with no damage, they have a chance again for a walk-off. They'll have 7, 8, and 9 coming to the plate in the bottom half of the 8th. The 1-1 pitch, sliding just inside. Boy, Scafella thought he had the pitch. 2-1 the count. Scaff into the windup. Rocks and fires upstairs. 3-1 yet again. He went 3-1 to Osborne. He'll try to fight back once again. On deck is the starting pitcher of record, Burnett, who now will have a no decision. Collins now calls for time at the plate. 3-1 the count. We're in the top of the 8th inning. Winner advances to play number 1 Hoover tomorrow. Loser drops into the bracket on Wednesday against the loser of Braxton and Lewis. 3-1 pitch. Called. Strike on the outside corner. And Collins finding out how Cole Ellis has been living here today with that outside pitch called strike. Again, it's been consistent.
Yeah, nobody says it's been good, but it's been consistent.
This is true. Big difference. Light starting to shine down as the sun is setting behind. Collins calling for timeout. Home plate umpire didn't see or hear it. Scaff stopped in mid-windup that time. And they're going to give Collins first base now. So Scafella is going to be called for the balk on the 3-2 count. And that's going to put Collins with speed, the potential go-ahead run at first. Burnett at the plate. Scafella fires over to first. Back safely is Collins. And he's just going to hang on the bag there and get timeout called while Ellis holds it in the glove. Do a couple of push-ups. Oh, man, I enjoy this game sometimes. Little cat and mouse action back and forth.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of rabble going on from the home stands. They did not like that balk call.
Pitch, Burnett swings and misses. Good movement on that one from Scafella. 0-1 count. Burnett had that sack RBI back in the second that scored Collins after the triple, and he has struck out back-to-back since then, 4th and 6th innings. Scaff from the stretch. Spun attempt. Burnett misses on that one. He was successful his first plate appearance with that and missed that time. 0-2 quickly. 1 out, top of the 8th. Go-ahead run at first, represented by Collins. Scaff comes with the pitch. Soft speed chopper towards third. That one will go foul. And everyone will return. Burnett to the box. And Collins back to first. And a great game to watch between these two opponents, these rivals. Raiders have been trying to hold off the charge by Clay County, just couldn't do it in that 7th. So now we're in extras. 0-2 the count still to Burnett. Scaff comes to the plate, and they will get Burnett on the swing and the miss, and he is done. And Collins will swipe second. And we've got batter interference as well. Uh-oh. Strike him out, throw him out. Burnett was standing inside the batter's box and impeding the view of Epling, who immediately complained, and that will do it. So the Raiders able to get out of the jam here with a strikeout and then a batter interference. And we are into the bottom of the 8th. We're tied at 5 apiece and an opportunity for the second time for the Raiders to walk it off. We'll see if they can do it after this. Moving into the bottom of the 8th inning, we are still going here at Leo Hines Memorial Field. Neither of these teams wants to let this ball game go, as Roane County in the top half of the 8th inning. Line drive by Osborne to Cam Ashland, a really good play by the third baseman, followed by a full count walk issued to Noah Collins because of a balk call on Scafella. Scafella was into his windup, and apparently he said he heard time called by Collins, and then chaos ensued as the home plate umpire said, nope, I didn't hear time called, so he's heading to first. Collins moves to first, and, of course, chaos ensues in the stands. With the next batter up, it was Levi Burnett with 2 strikes, a swing and a miss. Collins went on the pitch. He stole second, but the home plate umpire calls batter interference on the throw to second, and so it's a strike him out. Well, not throw him out, but an interesting finish to the top of the 8th. And I'll tell you what, if you're an umpire or you're an official, you're going to displease 100% of the people 50% of the time. Doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah, and at least 50% of the people 100% of the time.
Yes.
Either way, so no, it's a tough spot to be in. These officials are. Nobody would say that officiating high school baseball games is necessarily the most lucrative position in the world.
So we move to the bottom of the 8th, tied 5 apiece. Cam Cumston steps in first, and Atkins, who has been unbelievable, he stepped in and faced Cumston first, walked him with 2-0 on the count already. Next pitch slides inside, and since then he struck out 2 there, 1 in the next inning, and he has struck out 3 in the 6th and 7th innings as well. 1-1 the count. That one missing outside, 2-1 now to Cumston. Cam delivered on an RBI single back in the 1st inning, walked in the 4th, struck out swinging in the 6th.
There, you heard that time call.
Cumston calling timeout, stepping out of the box. 2-1 the count here in the bottom of the 8th. Roane County can walk it off with a run. As Atkins slides inside again, 3-1. The Raiders had bases loaded in the bottom of the 7th. Winning run at third with 1 out, and they just couldn't crack the code of Atkins, who struck out 2 straight to end the threat. Cumston once again wants a breather. 3-1 the count, followed by Lance and then Collins. Bottom of the Raider order in the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 pitch, off speed down the middle. Full count.
That was a nice breaking pitch. You could tell. I don't think Cumston had the green light on that one. Okay, trying to get a manufacturer base runner.
And a healthy cut. Good piece of hitting there with the full count as Cam stays alive. Fouls it off against the cage. Roane County with just 1 base hit since the 1st inning. That came in the 7th off the bat of Lane Epling. 3-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Cumston goes down swinging. That is strikeout number 10 for Adkins. He has just been, again, mowing down Raider batters.
This is really only his, fourth inning to work?
Officially, this is his now fourth inning, yes, after that at bat and retired batter. Came in with one out in the fifth. First pitch to Lance, missing away, 1-0 the counts. Ian 0 for 3 today, a pair of strikeouts and a pop fly to right field, sorry. Atkins rocks and fires, good cut there, missing though. 1-1 the counts. Bottom of the eighth, tied 5 apiece. Sectional tournament opening round game. The pitch fouled against the pole behind home plate. And the count now 1-2. Atkins into the windup, the 1-2. And that one trying to be framed there by Osborne, missing. Count evens 2 apiece. Ethan Collins on deck. Raiders just need a base runner first. And Atkins overthrowing on that fastball. 3-2 the count. Back-to-back full counts to the first 2 batters for Roane County in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here comes the windup. The payoff pitch popped up, foul territory. Osborne looking at it, as is the first baseman Moore. And a good at-bat here for Lance as he'll stay alive with the 3-2 count.
Good job just to get contact on that one. See, the last couple of pitches, he's been seeing the ball a little bit better, has Lance. Let's see if he can find one to swing at or continue the good eye. Maybe draw the walk and get on base.
Atkins into the windup. Here comes another payoff pitch upstairs, and Lance does the job and draws the walk. The winning run for the second straight inning is aboard for the Raiders. Runner at first, Ethan Collins, 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts, all 3 swinging. See if he can make some contact here. And a timeout called immediately for Collins. We're in the bottom of the 8th. The winning run now at first. 1 out. First pitch to Collins. He'll square to bunt, and he'll put it down. And that ball dropped initially. And a great recovery by Atkins. He slipped a little bit, and you can see him kind of work out his right ankle. May have twisted it a bit. And off balance, he grabbed it barehanded and threw it to first. But Collins does the job he was sent there to do, and he'll sacrifice Lance into scoring position.
Kind of looked like Atkins may have been wanting to turn and look back at second to see if he had a play there for the double play, but good concentration there. Lane Epling, let's see if he can walk this one off.
2 outs with Epling at the plate. Had a single and a stolen base in the bottom of the 7th, made it all the way to third before retiring before he made it in the 7th. First pitch, breaking pitch over the plate, 0-1 the count. Epling's been on base all 4 plate appearances. Curveball drops into the zone again. Nasty pitches by Atkins. Epling reached twice with errors, walked once, has stolen 2 bases, and has a single. Winning run out at second, but an 0-2 count here to Epling. Atkins to the plate, missing high. Epling flinches, does not go. One and two. Here comes the pitch. That one poked opposite field. That's going to drop in. Here comes the runner around, and it's away from the right fielder, and the Raiders are going to walk it off in the bottom of the 8th inning. And Epling is mobbed off of the bag at first.
One of the things I noticed there about Atkins' delivery, that last one, he went a little bit more sidearm than he had been before. Most of his other pitches were going over, more of an overhand motion. That one he kind of submarined a little bit, and Epling made him pay.
Lane Epling with the walk-off RBI single in the bottom of the 8th inning. As you take a look at it on Facebook Live, the freshman Ian Lance, as soon as it was hit, took off for third, rounding the base paths, and he will head home as Roane County wins it in the bottom of the 8th inning. Your final 6-5. The Raiders advance in the championship bracket. They'll face off against the number 1 seed in Herbert Hoover tomorrow on the road. We'll talk about all that in just a little bit. As we come back, we'll wrap things up with your statistics, a wrap-up, and your Willard C. Starcher Auto Parts Players of the Game after this. We welcome you back to Leo Hines Memorial Field on the campus of Roane County High School. It took extra innings here in the first round of the sectional tournament, but Roane County finally edging Clay County 6-5. A walk-off RBI single from senior catcher Lane Epling that scored Ian Lance from second, the difference in this one. This one had it all. Great pitching from start to finish. Both pitchers who started this game, Walton and Burnett, pitched very, very efficiently. For Clay County, they got all they could out of the hits that Walton was able to give up. He gave up just 5 hits in the contest, but 2 of those were solo home runs, and another one was a triple followed by a sacrifice RBI. So Clay County just clawing their way back into this one. Roane County got it started, though, in the bottom of the first inning with a big 4-run inning. And the big play off that was the 3 RBI double, with the bases loaded. Cam Ash delivers. And then following that, Cam Cumston with the single to score Ash. And Roane County took the big, healthy lead to begin, but that was just the start of this one. It was Clay County fighting back with a run in the second, another in the fourth. They cut the deficit down to 4-2. Roane County able to get one back in the bottom of the fourth, albeit they got that run on 0 base hits. It was an error that caused Roane County to score their 5th run of the game. Roane County held a 5-2 lead going into the 5th. In the 6th inning, Clay County plating 2 runs on 3 base hits. And we go to the top of the 7th inning, Roane County leading 5-4, trying to close it out. They could not do it in the top of the 7th inning after Walton struck out the first batter of the inning in Bodkins at the bottom of the order. Scafella comes in as Adkins on a full count pitch, able to rip a double, get himself into scoring position. He tried to steal third. The throw to third got away from Roane County defensively, and on the error, Adkins was able to come home and score the tying run. Scafella able to get a line out and a strikeout to finish. So we move to the 8th inning. In the top of the 8th inning, a very interesting top of the 8th for Clay County offensively. It was a line drive put out at third base by Cam Ash on a rip shot by Osborne, followed by a full count walk to Noah Collins. Collins was headed to second to try to steal second. He would have done it as he was safe at the bag, but on the swing by Burnett, which was his 3rd strike, he ended up in front of the plate, and batter interference was called. So it was a strike him out, and then batter interference retired the 3rd batter, and Roane County, just like that, has a chance in the bottom of the 8th. In the bottom of the 8th, Cumston on a full count pitch swings and strikes out. Ian Lance on a full count fouled off 2 pitches, Matt, and then got the walk drawn. And after that walk, a perfect play. I tell you what, Ethan Collins, this is going to go unnoticed in the stat books. He was 0 for 3 coming into that 8th inning at bat with 3 strikeouts. He was able to sacrifice Lance into scoring position on a bunt, and I'm telling you what, that was the big play because up comes Lane Epling, rips an opposite field. 2-strike single to score the winning run in this one. Wow.
Yeah, just a really fun game all around. You know, both of these teams played exceptionally well. Defenses, pitching, there was a lot of excitement at the plate. I mean, just in a fast-moving game. This was a really fun one to watch, and fortunately for Roane County, they're able to cap it off bottom of the 8th, walk-off style. Moving on to play in the winner's bracket tomorrow against Hoover. Wow, what a fantastic way to finish this one.
Let's take a look at the statistics team-wise for Clay County. 5 runs on just 6 base hits, but again, they were efficient in their at-bats. 3 errors defensively for Roane County and 5 left on base for Clay County. For Roane County, 6 runs on just 5 base hits. 3 errors also on Clay County, and 7 Raider batters left on the base paths as well. So it's just very consistent, very close as far as statistics are concerned in this ball game. For Roane County, getting the victory is Andrew Scafella in 1 2/3 innings. He strikes out 2, walks 1, gives up 1 base hit and 1 run. It was not an earned run, though. And Walton, again, he won't get the victory or the loss. He'll take the no decision as he was replaced and the ball game got tied. But, boy, did he have a great outing. The senior goes 6 1/3 innings. He strikes out 11 batters and walks just 2. He gave up 5 hits and 5 earned runs. But again, they were just that was Clay County. That wasn't him. That was Clay County, and of course he has issued the one balk as well in this one. Offensively for Roane County, it was a good day at the plate for Lane Epling. He was on base all 5 times he got to the plate. 2 errors he reached on. He was walked once, and then the last 2 at-bats in the 7th and 8th, he had base hits, including the winning RBI single in the 8th. He also stole 2 bases in this one and scored a run. Scafella gets a base hit today, 1 for 4 with a run scored in the first. Josh Walton 0 for 2 with a run scored. He walked twice in this one. Cole Ellis had a tough day at the plate, 3 strikeouts looking on those outside pitches, and then 1 walk in the 7th inning, so he was 0 for 3 with a walk. Preston Green 0 for 4, and Cam Ash had the big base hit in the first. He was 1 for 3, the 3 RBI double, 2 runs scored, and he walked once as well. Cam Cumpson chipping in with an RBI single in the first. He goes 1 for 3 with a walk. Ian Lance goes 0 for 3 today officially, but he drew the walk in the 8th, and he scored the run that walks it off for Roane County. Ethan Collins again. He's going to go 0 for 3 at the plate with just a sac bunt, and you think, whatever. But it was the sac bunt that did it for Roane County. Just a great game for both these teams, and it couldn't have been a more exciting finish.
Yeah, it definitely couldn't have been. Like you said, I mean, that it goes completely unnoticed when you think about it. You just see it on paper. But, yeah, that was a huge play from Collins to get that bunt down. And it was a good battle right before that by Ian Lance to, even get onto base. I mean, he fought back in a tough count and was able to draw the walk and a little bit of small ball and, walk-off fashion. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better ball game. This one was really just really a ton of fun and very exciting throughout. And, fortunately for Roane County, they come out on top because – I mean, if you're Clay County, you've got nothing to hang your head over in this one. I mean, they played their butts off. They battled back in a game that they saw themselves down early, and really made this one a game, sent it into extra innings, and Roane County just comes out on top.
I'll tell you what, that was a very exciting game. Both teams motivated still, though, for the next round. Roane County will travel tomorrow, and Clay County will find out their fate of traveling for Wednesday. We'll take one final break for Willett C. Starcher Auto Parts. When we come back, Matt White will distribute our Player of the Game award, and we'll wrap things up here from Leo Hines Memorial Field. Roane County wins at 6-5. We welcome you back to Leo Hines Memorial Field on this Monday evening. Roane County and Clay County were in quite the battle in sectional tournament opening round play. It was Roane County, the big lead early. It was the clawback by the Panthers. It went into extra innings, and Roane County, in dramatic style, the walk-off winner in the bottom of the 8th, wins it 6-5. And Roane County advances in the championship brackets as Clay County will fall down into the consolation bracket. We'll talk about that here in a second. Before we do, Matt White, you got to dish out our Willett C. Starcher Auto Parts Player of the Game awards.
Well, I think, defensively it's got to be Josh Walton. Pitched extremely well throughout this game. 6 1/3, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks, 5 hits, 5 runs. And we talked about it between the break. Only 4 earned runs because one of those was on a steal attempt to throw at third was wide. So really good outing. Pitched extremely well, did Josh Walton. He's going to be our defensive player of the game. Offensive player of the game, one of them has to be Cam Ash. that big shot in the first inning. 1 for 3 on the day with a 3 RBI double, scored twice, and also walked. And then, you got to give one to Lane.
Yeah, if you get a walk-off winner, you have to.
Yeah, 2 for 4 officially, but was on the base paths 5 times in this ball game, couple of stolen bases, and had that walk-off RBI in the bottom of the 8th. So congratulations to those guys, Lane Epling and Cam Ash on offense, and Josh Walton on defense are Willow T. Starch Auto Parts players of the game.
Raiders will be in action tomorrow now. They will face off against the number 1 seed in the section. That'll be the Herbert Hoover Huskies. It'll be tomorrow evening up in Falling Rock, West Virginia. I'll be there. And I'm not sure who's going to be with me. We'll find that out tomorrow once we figure all the other stuff out. But Roane County advancing in sectional tournament play with a 6-5 victory. That'll do it for us here tonight. Appreciate you joining us on WVRC 104.7 FM, WVRCFM.com, and, of course, all of you joining us on Facebook Live. For our entire broadcast crew, George Allen, our studio technician, back at WVRC headquarters, Katie Nutter, our camera person. Big thanks to Joe McDonald for providing us the graphics, the scoreboard, and the instant replays. Matt White, as always, my color commentator. I'm Andrew Miller. Have a wonderful night, everyone.